the issue of Fulani in Nigeria is a serious one, and it calls for concerted effort among every good citizens of the country, particularly those of the middle belt, south, southeast, southwest. Of course, everybody should come together to address it. Because we are talking about a formidable group. We are talking about a group that attempted to assassinate a sitting governor. I'm talking about Of course, they came and they attempted to assassinate him, and they came out to claim responsibility to say, yes, we are Fulani nationality movement, we did it. And that next time the government may not be that lucky. So you're talking about a very formidable group. Don't forget that someone like the former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, he said something. He said, if you kill a Fulani man, that you are taking a loan that may be repaid no matter how long it takes. So he may have captured the outer character of a Fulani man, and you are dealing with. We saw what happened in Ebonyi recently. We saw what happened in Delta State recently. A place like Mbiri, how they kill some persons. So the activities is in the increase. What is happening? What used to happen in the north is not here with us in the south. I want to tell you that if you go to Delta State currently, the local government of the immediate past governor of Delta State, Dr. Okowa, if you see what Fulani is doing, kidnapping, raping, maiming, and all that, it only takes the activity of vigilante that the people in that vicinity can even sleep with their eyes closed. If you rely on the police, I want to tell you that they will sack everybody from that environment. So when you are talking about Fulani herdsmen, we are talking about a group that the global terrorists already say this is the fourth most dangerous terrorist organization in the world. So it's a very formidable group you are dealing with that you must be ready to deal with them ruthlessly. I think somewhere in 2010, we saw how Ghana government used their sovereignty, their might to chase them out of their own sovereignty. The point is, we understand that under Muhammadu Buhari, the government was not willing to address it, perhaps because of his ethnic abstraction with from the Fulani. But I think at this level, we need state security arrangements. We need to rejig our security architecture. I understand that in the southwestern part of the country, we already have Amateku, of course, the creation of state houses of assembly. I think it's the way to go. But the only thing is that they must build capacity to combat crime. I understand that they could not build such capacity under Muhammadu Buhari, because to buy arms and ammunition to combat crime, to buy AK-47, AK-49, you need an end user certificate that comes from the Office of the National Security Advisor. And that they could not get under Muhammadu Buhari. That's why I encourage a Tinubu government to do things differently. Because now that we have a president of the South, who of course share the pain of what is happening in the country and in the South, and the Middle Belt, should do things differently by empowering the Office of the National Security Advisor to actually give an extra certificate and permission to the Amateku or governments of the southern part of the country to procure arms for Amateku to let them be armed. And other states should be encouraged to have similar security arrangements. I understand that they used to have a embargo in the southeastern part of the country, but it's not effective. Currently, I understand that in Anambra State they have Agone Chamber, but Agone Chamber seems to be acting above the law. Because I understand that recently, even though the governor is denying it, that they want to start enforcing people who who do not wear bra and who those ones are not areas we should dive into. Yeah. But the point I'm trying to make is, let us have similar arrangement in the southeastern part of the country, in the southern part of the country, and not just having them, let them empower them to be armed to be able to combat crime.
Because this herdsmen, they have been on rampage. How can you be converting churches to mosques? How can you be killing fathers, killing mothers, killing children? Are the Fulani herdsmen or the Fulanis as the people, are they above the law? Are they above other ethnic nationalities in Nigeria?
They are not above, but I want to tell you that the Fulani man, the average Fulani man, do not respect constitutional authority. The average Fulani man do not respect the law. The average Fulani man believe in survival of the fittest. The average Fulani man do not believe that he should have to submit to police. That is why they move. Of course, who else in Nigeria will move around freely with gun without fear of being arrested? On the time that sometime in the last dispensation, under the Shishako as the governor of Taraba State, the military came to him to say, let us disarm people in your states. The Shishako told them that for you to disarm innocent citizens. First of all, go to the forest, go to the bushes, and disarm bandits who are with AK-47, AK-49, as the case may be. Because you cannot disarm innocent citizens and leave them at the mercy of Boko Haram, at the mercy of bandits, killer herdsmen. In the night, those who will come, drag them out of their houses, slaughter them, and not to happen. So the Fulani man do not respect constituted authority. That's why as a country, it doesn't matter the opinion of everybody, as a government, you must possess monopoly of coercive power. That is what makes the government ultimate to deal with threats, whether internal aggression or external aggression. And again, I often it often surprise me why we are failing in some areas, because we have all it takes to succeed as a people, as a government, because we have the DSS that is saddled with responsibility of intelligence gathering. We have the police that normally rely on such intelligence to deal with the emerging threats. But with all this and all the money being deployed, you will be surprised that even the bandits and terrorists are having a field day even ahead of the security agencies.
Abacha said, Lesani Abacha, he said that if insurgency lasts more than 24 hours, that means the government may have a hand in that. Do you still think that that logic worked up until this day?
I think there are so many evidence to allude to that fact with what are currently. Jonathan as the president was very clear that there are some sympathizers of terrorists in his government. And even Jonathan as the president had a situation where the former governor of Adamawa, yes, Murtala Nyako, is that Adamawa or Taraba? No, not Taraba. It should be Adamawa. Murtala Nyako led his colleagues from the north to the United States of America, carried a press conference, addressed the world, told them that the Jonathan government was exterminating northern youths. Simply because Nigerian military under Jonathan through General Ehejirika as the then Chief of Army Staff was decimating Boko Haram. So you could see that level of politics. We could see that level of compromise for a governor to allege that the government, federal government, was exterminating their people because they were fighting Boko Haram. It goes to show you the level of the type of society we are.
Now the final question is that do you see a future for Nigeria, or let me say, what is the way forward if people may be seen to be above the government of the government should have estimate power, but you see Fulani herdsmen wouldn't keep on saving and everything. Do you think that there's a future for this current nation?
All the leaders are ready to do the right thing that further with future. Talking about somebody being above the law, I think currently we are seeing a novel situation. It is new because for the first time in the history of this national democracy, we are seeing federal government questioning the allegation of banditry against Bodejo. I'm talking about the military chairman. Of course, for the first time, he's been arrested, and the government is asking him that you are involved in banditry. And as we speak, federal government has since secured a court order to keep him for 2 months, about 60 days, to enable them conclude investigation. So the point I'm trying to make is, people have always stood above the law in Nigeria, depending on who is in government and what is happening around material time. In the time of Buhari, Bodejo seemed to be above the law. Under the Jonathan, some people in the creeks of Niger Delta, like Tompolo, to be seen above the law. Currently, as Tinubu as a president, the lives of this man from Oshodi, I cannot remember his name.
You bring people from different parts of the world to Borno State. We know how they started. We know how they started. We saw how one of the high-ranking somebody in Nigeria was eating Boko Haram leadership when he was a governor. This person now is an high-ranking official now in Nigeria. These are what all of us know. But at top now, we get to the root of this matter. Look at it, that USA ID was funding Boko Haram. When there is somebody, Boko Haram was already formidable in the north. They are fighting the religious war for who? When they started killing Christians, I warned then, I was a Muslim then. I was only these people are not for Islam. They say no. Now they're not killing their fellow Muslim now. Are they rejecting Islam? No, definitely. But who are they killing? They are killing majorly Christians.
But for now, most persons are of the view that Islam is a religion of peace. But what is happening that the Sheikh and some emirs in the north cannot preach for these so-called killers who are perpetrating this evil?
In this country, we know how, for example, in this country now, A sheikh goes into the bush and meets so-called bandits. We know these things. A sheikh goes to the bush and preach to them. And the army, as security officers, they don't know where the bandits are. But the sheikh goes out into the bush and preaches to them. We know these things. It is not hidden, it is in the open.
So now, indirectly, are you saying the sheikh too is also an accomplice to this?
The problem was Jonathan was that Jonathan was the kind of very peaceful person. He doesn't want wahala. I'm telling everybody that Boko Haram would have first found out President Obasanjo, who was a former military general. When that was a start, we would have quenched it. But Jonathan mentioned that an Igbo man became the chief of army staff here in Jirika. The man was bombarding them. And the people of the north were shouting that no, Ejika is taking vengeance on the civil war that happened out Nigeria for kill the Igbos, that Ejika was taking vengeance on that. Jonathan had to remove Ejika. Now look at it now. Even that Yoruba lady that was killing Boko Haram, that Air Force lady too. Well, look at what happened to her too. What are you talking about? The US has seen these things. Other countries have seen these things. Then repentant Boko Haram. Have you seen anybody that you said repentant IPOB before? IPOB? Have you seen a repentant innocent agitator? Someone that has killed family, repentant Boko Haram, repentant bandits. All those are the can repent, but no repentant IPOB, no repentant Yoruba nation agitator. So all the nations are looking at it, and then you say there's no event. Who will come and invest in a nation where you are repenting bandits and terrorists? Who will take that nation seriously? So these are the facts. You can't keep deceiving ourselves. And we see the facts. We try to play around this. Other nations are watching Nigeria. Look at, for example, how Ghana dealt with Fulani herdsmen. Yes. Give them good notice, Ghana. Even Fawashe, former governor of Ekiti State, look at what he did. If you see any cow eating on your crops, Fawashe, kill the cow and eat the cow. Fawashe released in Ekiti. But look at it now. Fulani herdsmen, they went to Benue State, they kill people. They have gone back again as yesterday. They went to Ebonyi State. They are in Edo State. They are in Ondo State. What am I talking about? So when other nations see that this country is not, they are not serious. These ones are just playing. You are playing in Nigeria. Oh, yeah, you are playing. You see, Nigeria seems like a circus. You understand? A circus is very fun. Okay, Nigeria like a place where children are playing 10-10. Just where children are just playing. That's how the country is. Like we are just playing, we are just waking up and sleeping. We are not serious as a nation, no. How can somebody be killing somebody and saying he's a repentant Boko Haram? How can Boko Haram repent?
But sir, the same Jonathan said that there are some Boko Haram in his government, and which as the president then, don't you think, was he afraid to indict them, or he was being scared? Because he also elongates this whole issue of Boko Haram. He treated it with a very soft hand too.
Until Nigeria has a president that is ready to serve, the country cannot go forward. Most of our presidents are just, maybe all of them, they are accidental presidents. Obasanjo was meant to be killed by Abacha, someone like that. That one died. He was taken out of the prison. Then they not felt that okay, let us compensate the Yoruba people for the death of their son, MK Abiola, who was winning winning election in 1993. Then Abacha was made the president. Abacha was leaving. He felt that okay, let me compensate my friend with his brother. His friend was there, Shehu Yaradua. He put his brother who was killed there. One was Yaradua. That one died. The vice that was not prepared became president in Goodluck Jonathan. Now Jonathan left power. Muhammadu Buhari, who has been crying since after losing election, they have to form an alliance. They bring that one in. You have to know to this one say it is my turn. Nigeria will not have the president that is ready. Let me give you an example of Awolowo. Immediately the military left, they lifted that ban on democratic process in the early 80s. Awolowo immediately showed Nigeria his manifesto. I wanted to run Nigeria then before Shagari won the election in 1983. So it's as simple as when we don't have someone that is ready to serve until you have it. For example, look at Lagos under Babátúndé Fáṣọlá. This one was ready to be a governor. Look at Anambra under Peter Obi. That man was ready to be. You know, we are ready. This is what my plans is. It is education. What first did in Lagos was to bring sanity to Lagos. You know that Lagos was almost being overrun by thugs. Fáṣọlá came in. Look at Oshodi, the hospital in Lagos, Mushi. There was camp. He said, I don't want to see Okada on the road. Bam, they left. That one was meant to be a governor in Lagos. Look at Peter Obi and Anambra State. Education was going down. They were 24th in Nigeria. He came, start building school. Instead of building new schools, no, old school, he rebuilt them. They became number first in education. And this is an example. Look at that when he was the governor of Katsina State, the first ever person in Nigeria to declare assets openly. Those who are ready to be governed. Donald Duke in Kosovo State. Why is people that are ready to become governors? You know them. But now, okay, come to even holidays in Lagos. I like you that Jack on day. Those ones, they know what it meant to be to serve. All these ones nowadays.
But Mr. Lewan,
I get that leadership.
Now, with what you're saying now, are you of the view that the president is incapacitated now?
Both of them.
President Tinubu.
See, President Tinubu is a politician. And every politician think about the next election. That one killed Jonathan. Kill him quote. He know that. That one made him. But was thinking that
That's why they prevailed on the peaceful houses, and today you have seen how far they have gone, at least to destroy the north. The Fulanis has actually been occupying the northeast, the northwest, and core north with such religion that allows all manners of inhumanities of man against man. By the way, you are saying that you are serving the biggest God, the tallest God, the strongest God, the the most graceful, the most merciful, with moon and star. Yet you invite another God, you use fetish things, you use all manner of idolatrous materials outside your mosque, allowing an alpha to do all manner of incantation and enchantment. Does God order you to instruct you to incant or to enchant? Enchantment has to do with idolatrousness and witchcraft. So we Christians, we are different. We are the Igbos, and we follow the religion that our father Abraham, followed actually before introduction of Christianity in our midst. But we saw Alhaji Emeka come down to us in the likeness of man. That is what Christianity is all about.
We saw Alhaji Emeka the other time. Alhaji Emeka, there was one. Is it Mohammed Obinna? Are you not afraid that through that Ebonyi axis, Islam is spread to other parts of the southeastern part of Nigeria?
And they use that as a bait to travel to Mecca. That was during the time of the Hajj. Who allowed these two Alhajis, Alhaji Tinubu and Alhaji Emeka? They gave them money. They traveled to Hajj, and in the central mosque of Medina there, we saw how they were beaten to superiority by those Arab Muslims because they look so different, and maybe they must have sent them information that such persons are coming, that actually they are not true Muslims. They were actually singled out at the central mosque of Medina, and they were beaten to superiority. That's why I tell you that Islam can never work for Igbo man. If actually you are doing it for money, on getting to Arab or in the mosque there, they will single you out and beat the hell out of you. Because those two guys, they were beaten up. We saw how they were being beaten at the central mosque of Medina. They show it on social media. It is not for Igbo man. Igbo man we are the black Jews, and we can never ever be together with the Arabs. We detest their religion. We can never be together with them. Though the original Arabs are very peaceful, but it is the African Arabs, the Fulani Arabs, and the Hausa Arabs that are too wicked. At least can never live in harmony with other tribes in Nigeria.
Finally, we are closing now. The Southeastern Governors Forum, the leader, the chairman is Opus Odima. He has yet to speak on the killings, and even President Bola Ahmed Tinubu have yet to speak. What are your opinions about that as we are closing now?
They are very silent because actually they know that they are playing games, political games with our blood. I mean Igbo man's blood. If they are to speak, are they going to speak peace? If they are to speak, are they going to speak in such a way that Fulani will stop encroaching on the farmlands across southwest, on the farmlands across mid-belt, on the farmlands across Ebonyi State and the Igbo land in totality? Is it not the same grazing on the farmlands that brought about that killings? The Ebonyi people were trying to resist the people that are destroying all the crops on their farmlands, and that's why the herders clash with them. And who are the people that seduce and deceive those Ebonyi people to forget Fulani incursion, that they are not going to come back again? That's why the machete killers, the Fulani, the machete killers, the exact people went into various slums and houses to sleep, closing their two eyes, thinking that the Fulanis have retracted